Hi guys! I'm going to show you how to finish this project for Symphony in Color. Now, you see this one right here in my hand? It's finished, and you can tell what we're going to do. We're going to be drawing over the black paint in between the branches of our spiral tree. And our drawing is going to scratch off that paint and show our oil pastel underneath, and it's going to be filled up with lots and lots of interesting, cool patterns and designs. It's going to be super neat. Now for this part, you are going to need your black paper with your spiral tree. You will need a sharp pointed stick to draw with, which you can get from me, and you will need a piece of paper like this, which you can also get from me, to use as a cover sheet. This is really important. It's going to protect your artwork. Now, something that you need to keep in mind is on here, there is no way to fix mistakes, and so you are going to need to do your very best. You're going to need to think it through, you're going to need to go slow and always be in control, and you're going to need to listen closely to the instructions on the rest of this video.
Alright, so here I am. My gold paint is all dry. I have my little sharp stick and I have my cover sheet, and I am ready to start filling this picture with designs. Now, right now my paper consists of two parts, the gold tree and the black background. These two parts actually have names. The tree, which is the object in my artwork, is called positive space. Positive space is just a part of your picture where there is an object. The black part, what we would call the background right now, is called negative space. Negative means that there is nothing there. The negative space is where we are going to be drawing with our stick and creating tons of interesting, cool patterns and designs. Now, unlike Gustav Klimt's Tree of Life, which, if you will notice, all of his designs are actually drawn on the tree, this is where our picture starts to get a little different, because we would hate to do a direct copy of Tree of Life. We want to have our own imagination and our own creativity, so we're putting our designs in the negative space in the background. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to decide where on your paper you're going to begin. You have the whole thing to cover, and it does not matter where you get started. I think that I will start up here in this top little corner area. And the next thing you need to do is you need to decide what kind of pattern or design am I going to put there. Now remember, a pattern is one of the principles of design, and a pattern is made from shapes and lines and colors, which are the elements of art. Now your colors are taken care of for you because they're waiting for you down below that black paint. The lines, if you find yourself getting stuck, you can use this sheet. Just find one of these from Mrs. Gray, and you can look at all these different lines, and that might help you come up with some creative starting point. I think for this part up here, I'm going to start with some curvy lines. Now I can do small, tiny curves or large, wiggly curves, whatever. So here I go. I'm going to use my pointed stick just like a little pencil with no lid, and I'm going to start just drawing right onto that black paper. You do not have to press super hard, but you do want to press firmly because you are basically scratching away the black paint and letting your colored oil pastel show through. It looks like this part I had colored pink. My lines are showing up pink. Now you want to fill up a little space at a time, and you can start a new pattern anytime you want to. I'm just going to take this curved pattern. Oh, there's some yellow. I'm going to take this curved pattern over and finish off that corner. All right. So now I think I'm done with curves for a while, and inside here I'm going to come up with something new. I think I'll make some dotted lines. I'm just going to follow along the curves that I made with my gold paint. Fill all the way into the inside of the spiral. One thing you may consider doing that I think would look really cool for this picture is putting on some lines that would represent the ground. We have the bottom of our paper being the bottom edge of our land, but what if we were to make some lines that would actually show the horizon line, the place where this tree is coming from. And then that could actually be part of your design that you make with different types of lines. Kind of giving this tree some landscape instead of just a tree and some designs. Now we get a little bit of an idea of where this tree actually is on the land. Now, as you continue and you get farther and farther along on your paper, you're going to want to use that cover sheet to cover up the areas that are already finished. And I'll show you why. Because if I want to work on this part next, I'm going to have to rest my hand and my sleeve right here on this part of my project that's already finished. And if you rub that black paint, you will notice that it does come off and it does get your skin dirty. Imagine what it will do to your clothes. And I don't want any angry moms calling me and saying, "Why is my child's shirt all dirty?" So we use our cover sheet to cover up. Not only does it protect our hands and our clothes, but it also protects our artwork. Because if I lay my bracelet or my watch down on top of this black paper, it's going to scratch the paint off just like my stick did. So this cover sheet is quite important. So lay that down where you're going to work, rest your hand on it, get comfortable, and keep drawing.
I'm starting to make some progress here on my designs. I just wanted to check in and show you a couple of things to keep in mind. You do not just have to use lines in your patterns and designs. You can definitely use shapes. Take a look at, there's some triangles and some circles right there. And there's some more triangles right there, circles. Another thing to consider is that you do not have to just draw. You can color in some areas, like those triangles there. I made a few hearts here. So coloring in some areas as well as leaving some areas uncolored, like these circles here, these boxes here. You want a good variety. Some areas colored, some areas uncolored, some areas shapes, some areas lines. Okay, I think I'm done. But before I put my supplies away, I'm just going to check over and see if there's anywhere that I can put in a few more designs. I'm going to look for places that still have a lot of black paint remaining. I think I see one right over here. So in this area where I still have a lot of black area, I'm going to see if I can be a little creative and put some more stuff in there. All right, that's better. Another thing I want to do is I want to look and see if I have any place that I can make more interesting. You can see that I started to do that right up here. I have all of these lines that are the same. So instead of just having all the lines that are the same, I'm going to go through and I'm going to color in some space and make a pattern of pink, black, pink, black. It's going to be a little bit more interesting because it's going to be a little bit thicker and easier to see. So I'll just finish up that pattern. There, that's finished. You see, it's a lot more eye-catching because it's a lot bolder. I'm going to look around for some more places where I could do that. Probably down here at the place where I made my ground. I could probably do some right here too because these are all the same. I have a few little spots like here and here where I have things that are just all the same, and it's really easy to just go in and color in between.
So there it is. I think I'm all finished. Just remember, when you get to the point where you think you're all finished, take a close look and see if there's anything that you can make more interesting or that you can fill up a little bit fuller. I think this is a great project, and I think that we will have some winners in the Symphony in Color contest.